Uh, I think most times when you get a win like this, when you have a lot of your players out and everybody rallies together, a little bit like winning in Washington when we relied on just a few players. But you get happy for a lot of people. This is Robert Covington's first win in Philly since he's been back here. CJ Ellaby had a great game for a rookie. He hasn't had much chance to play. Rodney did a really good job at point, a position that he doesn't play very much. I thought Ennis really battled Embiid, particularly in the second half. It's just you go up and down line, there's contributions from everybody.
Next question, Dwight James, NBC Sports Northwest.
Terry, you've won a lot of games in Portland, but I'm wondering if you can provide perspective. Regular season wins, this has to be one of the most memorable.
I don't know. You're right. I've been here a long time. It will be a memorable win. It's hard to compare to other wins, but it was, it's one that I can't compare them to other ones, but it was certainly memorable. It will always be a memorable win.
Jamie Hudson, NBC Sports Northwest.
CJ Ellaby was telling Brooke that in that third quarter, it was about their defensive effort. And I want to know what you thought of your team on that end, and then also just to come out like that in the third quarter.
Third quarter, we played well at both ends. We made a lot of shots. I don't know what the run was at the start, 12-0 run or whatever it was, but we were aggressive. We double teamed Embiid to change things up a little bit. Even though they made some shots out of that, it changed the game a little bit. But third quarter, especially on the road, it's can really be a swing quarter, and it made the difference.
Next question, Aaron Fentress, the Oregonian.
Did you feel at all that the players maybe played with a little bit more zest without Dame? I'm not saying they'd be better without Dame long term. I'm just saying that more ownership of the game, more attention to detail, because they didn't have that all-star to lean on. They knew that collectively had to play well together.
I don't think it's unusual that when a player like Dame is out, that everybody knows that everybody has a little bit more responsibility and it changes. I think it does change the chemistry of the game. And I don't know. I've seen it before. When a player like that is out, and we've lost games against teams like that have been shorthanded. It happens. It can happen, and I'm glad it happened for us.
In regards to Ellaby, did you have a sense he would be able to play like this if given the minutes?
Well, he played the amount of minutes I planned on playing him, just because by virtue of where we were with available players. But I was really pleased with his defense. He was aggressive. He got some tough rebounds, made some good hard defensive plays, and he asserted himself. He asserted himself into the game rather than just being watching others play. He really inserted himself into the game.
Thanks.
Casey Holdall, Trailblazers.com.
Terry, you did just kind of reference it there, but in regards to guys being able to step up, I imagine in some respects you're not surprised at all because you've been in the league for a long time, and I think people around the league know that if you make the league, basically you can play, and a lot of times it's just about opportunities. So, I mean, were you at all surprised to see the guys play as well tonight, or was it like you expect that kind of stuff from your team?
Well, if you go down the roster, I think everybody who played tonight, other than CJ Ellaby, played a game that you would expect that they were capable of playing. CJ didn't get a chance to play much, and so he was kind of a wild card. But Robert and Melo and Ennis and Rodney and Gary and Ant and Harry, I mean, they basically all played a game that they were capable of playing.
Dwight James, NBC Sports Northwest.
Terry, one thing that you do see in games like this with one star player out a lot is that the dynamic does change, and you see better ball movement, player movement, because I don't know if that's because players think they need to do that to win or what, but can you speak to that?
Well, a lot of times it does. It was a different style of game, but it's funny. We only had 17 assists. We had 121 points and only 17 assists. So I don't know what it looked like, but I know that it seemed like everybody played the game the way it's supposed to be played. If they had an opportunity to score, they did. If not, they passed. I would like to say that I thought Rodney Hood playing point, something he hasn't done since he's been here, and I don't know if he's done it before, but when he was in there, I thought he did an excellent job of running the offense. We probably called more plays than usual, but I thought he did an excellent job of kind of just keeping everything control on the offensive end.
You also had a ton of offensive boards, which means fewer assists, but also was a big factor in the game, it seemed.
Yeah. Well, Ennis is always going to get his offensive rebounds. But, looking down the list, the offensive rebounds, Harry getting 5. Yeah, getting those extra possessions. I mean, we had 98 shots. Back in the old days, teams used to average 90-some shots. Now it's odd if teams do get 90 shots. But you're right; those extra possessions really helped.
Jason Quick, The Athletic.
Coach, so how similar were your play calls and actions tonight to when you have the full complement of players?
We basically ran the same stuff, probably fewer pick and rolls. Obviously, we're a heavy pick and roll team with Dame. We didn't put anything new in, but we probably ran more movement sets.
Yeah. And then also, is there a word that comes to mind when you think about how CJ played out there?
Well, let me go into my word salad and see if I can figure out a word. No, I not really. I mean, I'm just glad he had an opportunity. I'm glad he took advantage of it.
Well played, Coach.